Hi there, my name is Rebecca Matthews. I'm the transformation coach and the founder of the Mind and Body Co. Welcome to Five to Thrive. The Five to Thrive series is a quick tutorial where I share tips, tricks, and strategies to help you create a life you truly love. Today, I really wanted to talk to you about something that is very much in my everyday awareness, and that is, whether your actions are something that will make your future self proud. And I think that it's an interesting way to live your life and to determine how you make your decisions. So the basic concept is that when you are faced with a question or a decision or a situation where you have to choose how you're going to respond, you simply step back from it for a minute and you reflect on, what would be the right thing for you to do now that you would be proud of in 10, say 5-10 years from now. What would be the right thing for you to do now, not necessarily in this moment, but would be a decision that you would potentially look back on and be proud of? And will it be setting yourself up for success, for being the person that you want to be, for living the life that you want to have, all of those things going forward? And a really quick activity to do around this is to simply reflect backwards. If you look back to yourself 5-10 years ago and you think about some of the decisions you made, perhaps the decision-making processes you were using or the strategies that you had in place or perhaps didn't have in place. And, think about some of those decisions you made or the actions that you took or the way you responded to an experience or to a situation that you were in. Are you proud of the way you handled yourself? What would you have liked to have done differently if you could go back in time? If you could go back to yourself just mere moments before that event or that decision took place, what would you say to yourself? What advice would you give to yourself? And, really reflect on, being who you are now and knowing what you know now, and having the foresight, I guess, that you didn't have back then. What would you have gone back and told yourself before you had that moment? And how would that have shaped your future or the last 5-10 years differently if you had taken a different path? And so the idea of having a quick reflect back is that you get an idea of maybe the flavor of your decision making or the flavor of your behaviors or the flavor of your decision making that has worked or maybe hasn't worked for you. We're all human, we all make mistakes, and we all should be able to look back and think of a better way that we could have handled ourselves, think of a better strategy that we could have had in place. So, once you've done that reflection, I really encourage you to think about what are the decisions you want to make now going forward. How do you want to do things differently? What are the strategies you want to put in place to make different pathways going forward? And really have in mind that future goal of, am I doing my future self proud? Am I making the decisions my future self will stand back and really go, you know what, that was the right call. I'm really proud of the way you showed up in that moment. So that's a really simple strategy. Just, reflect back. What would be the advice that you'd give yourself if you go back 5-10 years and change the behaviors you were making? Use that as the backbone of, the advice you give yourself now and the strategies you put in place to make yourself proud going forward. As always, I would love your comments and your feedback. Let me know if this is something you do already. It's something that I'm aware of in the coaching world, but it's not necessarily something that people in their everyday lives are aware of. So, really taking some consciousness and bringing some consciousness to, how you're showing up in each moment and what the strategy is you're running to make that pathway forward. So that's what I have for you today. Love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And as always, if you would like to know more about working with me as your transformation coach, I would surely love to hear from you. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.